I wanted to address your thoughts on Superman because we have been greatly looking forward to James Gunn's DC reboot. But you guys, a couple episodes ago, it was right before we first tried to record. You were like, man, Superman, I don't get it. So I want to hear your thoughts. I don't want to just hate on him without.
Dude, I'm always stoked for superhero movies, especially Superman. But from the trailer, it looks like they're just trying to do the whole Marvel thing, man. It's just like the what's his face who played Batman?
Cavill.
His name?
Ben Affleck?
No. The
Christian Bale?
Dark Knight. Christian Bale. Like that type of DC universe is dope. Which is dark and grungy.
It's realism. Like it's like this stuff could legitimately happen.
Yeah.
With a mastermind, some vigilante. Yeah.
I thought Man of Steel was pretty close to that.
I loved it.
Yeah. But this one I'm excited to see it, but
Man of Steel was good.
Also don't have my hopes up because it kind of just looks Marvel-y.
Yeah,
I do love the Marvel movies, but they kind of got a little out of hand.
Yeah, because you add so many characters and you have to have so much backstory. And I'm like, if this is a new Superman, and I don't know where in the plot it is, if it's already established that he is Superman, or if this is the origins. It looks somewhat origin. So in the trailer, they just have so many different other superheroes that I have no idea, or villains. And it's like, can we not just get back to the good old days where it was literally just, what's the bad guy's name?
Lex
Luthor and Superman, and that's it. And it's just them battling it out. And I just don't. We overcomplicate it. We add so many things, and it's just good guy, bad guy. That's all we need. And then you add adventures or journeys throughout that, but it just seems overcomplicated. But I think it's gonna look good. I like the more wholesome style of it. Because with I think it was what was it, Suicide Squad or Batman versus Superman? It was like very dark and everyone was going after Superman, stuff like that. I'm glad to get back to like the wholesome, good role model type of Superman that he was, and then just kind of balance that. So, and I like that they're pulling a ton. I don't know the comic books, but every comic book nerd that I've seen on Reddit or whatever, they're happy with the trailer because of the comparisons and stuff. So I'm hoping it's good. I love James Gunn. He did great with all the other ones. So I don't know. I get antsy with all because you're right. Like there's the DC realism, real stuff that could happen, and it makes it feel dark and gritty and real life. And then you have Marvel where it's like, okay, everyone's going to survive. Like it's no matter, like you have a floating island. Everyone's going to die. No, they're not. They're not going to die. Everything's going to work out. But yet in like Dark Knight, you have judges being blown up and, terrible things happening to all these people. And it's like, that's just real life.
So it's kind of the stakes that you're thinking about. What are we risking here? If you know that everyone's going to survive at the end.
Yeah. You got to be able to believe and buy into the character and stuff. So it's just, Yeah, if I know everything's going to work out, then I'm like, why am I invested?
Sure.
Yeah.
And you're not a nerd, are you, Andy? Like, it sounds like you're more of a casual viewer.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, especially with comic books and stuff like that. I'm not a nerd at all like that, or Star Wars or anything. I love watching movies. I love the cinema.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Jack and I are excited, but more because we are nerds. We'll
you're hopeful about it? You're feeling good about it?
Yeah. Zach, do you want to say something?
I'm so excited for this movie. In my personal opinion, to slightly disagree with you, Andy, I'm kind of glad they're stepping away from the dark and gritty. Seth and I have both been very vocal about how we disagreed with Zack Snyder's take on his DC universe.
At least with Justice League.
Yeah. And I mean, Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman. And I will say Man of Steel, as we said on the podcast before, is a good movie, I would say, but it misrepresents Superman, in our opinion.
Hey!
That's my Superman you're talking about!
Sorry. I believe that Superman represents, hope and light and all that. And Man of Steel wasn't the most hopeful of movies, and neither was his Superman in Batman versus Superman. So seeing this new Superman in the new trailer, that's kind of, he's got a lighter suit and he's
got the trunks back,
looking up to the skies, and he's got the trunks back. He's meant to be more like, I mean, even in interviews, he said that he's the one who chose to bring those back to kind of be, just so he doesn't look as intimidating to children, and so he can be just kind of like an inspiration like that to them, like a wrestler would be, I think is what he said like that. So seeing a Superman that is more hopeful gets me excited because I think that takes it back more to its comic book roots. And I'm struggling to, or not, maybe not struggling, but it does look a little overstuffed by the trailers, just by all the other heroes that they have in it. Yeah. So that makes me a little nervous. But it sounds like kind of the plot of the movie is Superman coming into a world where heroes already exist. I think he's kind of meant to already be established as a hero to some extent, but also just kind of coming into this world and showing these heroes a better way than just the way that they're doing it. So the trailer has me really hopeful, and I'm super excited.
True that.
Yeah.
Yep, we're nerds. That's about all I got.
I can rant longer, but
I know you can.